Hello, this is the video for my computer space clone simulation release. I'm going to show you computer space running on my bar top video cabinet that I made. This is the artwork that I designed. It's artwork from my video games Daredevil Dave Motorcycle Stuntman and Daredevil Dave Motorcycle Mayhem. I did not build the cabinet myself because I don't have access to a shop to do it. I have built a cabinet in the past, but I did all the artwork myself, including this control panel here and the front panel and even the marquee up at the top that's backlit. I added a little spot here for USB plug so I can plug in joysticks and other things, and memory sticks if I want to add any files or games to the cabinet. This is my own front end running here, and there's the lit up marquee that I had designed. Came out really nice. Much better than it looks in this video for sure. So there's Daredevil Dave right there running inside my front end, which will run MAME games, it will run EXE game files, it will also run Model 1 and Model 2 games directly from the front end. I have custom wheel art here. I had to design some of the wheel art myself because I couldn't find it online. There's a whole bunch of them I did myself. And the marquee at the top of the cabinet as well. And there's computer space. You can download this at my website, mikeshangout.com. You can also download the artwork for it. You can see the marquee header there, the wheel art, the snap, and the video. You can download all of these things from my website, mikeshangout.com, as well as the game itself. And here we go. Let's check it out. So this is not the real computer space game, but I designed it to look exactly like the original as best as I possibly could. First thing is, the star field in the background is exactly the same as the original game cabinet that was designed in the 70s. The stars all line up with the fonts for the score on the right exactly how they would in the real game. I made the fonts look exactly the same as in the real game, the same size. This game has MAME style menus that I threw in here. You can adjust the game time, you can turn the flashes on and off if they bother you. Adjust the volume. You can even go to a bezel view, as I call it, where it looks like you're playing in the real cabinet. You can adjust bloom effects and glow to make the ships look more like they're on a CRT monitor. And you can also play this on a 4:3 CRT monitor as well. This was designed in a 4:3 aspect ratio. Let's give the game a play here. First of all, I got the sounds off of actual computer space cabinets. They were recorded with microphones, and also some of them were swiped from videos. I have no idea whose videos I got the sounds from. The ship and the saucers are designed to look exactly like the original game. The timing of the missiles and shots being fired by the player and by the enemy ships are exactly timed. You can see that you can steer your shots with the joystick. I tried to make the steering exactly the same arc as in the real game. The missiles stay on the screen for the exact same amount of time as on the original game, and even the player's shot, when he gets shot, will squiggle around and shoot off in a random direction. The star field is from an actual game. I mean, the star field is exactly the same as the real game. Each star lines up with the fonts on the right perfectly. I tried to make everything look exactly the same. The fonts are a little old school looking. I designed them myself to look that way. A few things that are not accurate is that the double-digit scoring is a feature of the two-player cabinet. The single-player cabinet had one-digit scoring, single-digit scoring, and when you got up to over 9 points, the score got all funky looking. I didn't know there was a difference at the time, so I used double-digit scoring, and it's actually easier to play that way. I could update it maybe in the future to show single-digit scoring with the weird artifacts that happen after you get 9 points. Okay, here's a view playing in the bezel mode. I just kind of added this in here for novelty. It was easy to do. Oh, I see a problem here where around the edges, the corners of the flash area there look pretty jagged. The alpha's messed up, so perhaps I'll fix that in an update. The speed of the ship is exactly the same as in the original game. The time in between the saucers changing direction is exactly the same in the original game. I made everything as precisely as I could. You will not find a closer simulation to the real thing anywhere on the internet or anywhere else unless you own the real cabinet. This is as perfect as I could get it, and perhaps I could even make it more perfect if somebody has suggestions out there. This game isn't very difficult once you get the hang of the controls, but back when it was released, it was brand new. This is the first arcade cabinet video game ever to be seen in arcades. It was also featured in a few movies. Soylent Green is one of them, and it can briefly be seen in the movie Jaws as well. I think the first Jaws. So anyway, it gets up to 99 seconds, then the game will end. I also did not include hyperspace mode, which is when you win the game, then you play the game with the white screen. You see the screen flash whenever one of the players or ships gets destroyed, and hyperspace mode is like a reverse. Anyway, I didn't include it. I could also include that in a future update. Oh, I even have a CRT screen simulation when the game is shut down, and then it exits back into the front end. So yeah, this is a little bit more of a look at my front end. You can see as you scroll through the games, the instructions on each button change depending on which game you're at. So you can zoom in here and see what the controls are, and there's a steering wheel there for steering games. It'll show a trackball for trackball games. There's a help screen that gives you a little bit of help with the front end itself and what the buttons do. So anyway, that's it. Try Computer Space. It's free. You can run it on any Windows machine. I will be coming out with a Linux version as well. This game could be run in an actual computer space cabinet if you have such a cabinet with none of the internal electronics in it. You could throw a CRT screen in there and run this no problem, either on its own or through a front end like this. I'm also going to offer up this front end for download soon. I want people to be able to use it as well. I hope you guys like my version of Computer Space. I hope you'll agree that this is the most accurate simulation or clone that you can find on the internet. So thanks for watching, and download my game at mikeshangout.com.